What's going on, y'all? All right, look. So this is by the time y'all seeing this is probably gonna be like a later upload. I really wanted to get this out to y'all like a couple of days ago, um, but I just been real busy these last couple of days. I haven't really had a chance to get it out, but nevertheless, here we are. So let's bang this one out, man. This is one of my favorite things to talk about. This is one of my favorite topics to talk about with even my current friends or my current associates right now, or even the people who I do consider to be my friend. I kind of like to have this conversation with them to get their gears moving, so that way they can start to be able to like refine what their definition of friendship looks like. They can begin to point out and discern who's really a friend in their life, and who's an associate, and quite frankly, who's really, I don't want to say enemy, but they'll be able to discern who really wants the best for them. So I hope that this has the same impact for you guys. So I got 3 scriptures that we're going to reference today in this video. And I hope that these scriptures help you guys out the same way that they help me out. They really minister to me, really put things in perspective for the type of friends that I need to be having, and the type of friends that I should want to have around me as well. So let's go and jump right in. So the first scripture that we are going to be hitting on tonight is going to be coming out of 1 Corinthians 15 and 33. And then that verse, it reads, "Do not be deceived. Evil company corrupts good habits. Awake to righteousness and do not sin, for some do not have the knowledge of God. I speak this to your shame." When you begin to it's a short verse, but when you begin to really ponder on it and you begin to dissect it, it makes so much sense, right? Like, how many times have you wanted to do the right thing? How many times have in your mind, in your spirit, and just in your being, like you were maybe hanging around the wrong crowd, or maybe you were hanging around somebody who you thought was your friend, and you wanted to do something because you just knew it was the right thing to do, or you knew that it wasn't anything like negative, like no negative repercussions could necessarily come out of it, but you had this person in your ear saying, "Bro, come on, brother, come on, let's just do it this one time," like, or whatever it is, right? Like, let's go to this place this one time, let's go do this thing this one time, take a sip of this one time, and it's not gonna be that big of a deal. Ended up doing it, and then you ended up getting yourself in trouble, or you ended up facing some repercussions that you really didn't even have to face. Or let's just say nothing happened. Maybe you had that feeling of just like, dang, like, I knew I didn't want to do it. Like, why did I find myself doing it anyway? Just like how it references, I don't remember the story. I don't remember like who's telling the story, but somewhere in the Bible, it's a story of someone posing the question, and they're asking a rhetorical question, and they're saying, like, why do I constantly find myself doing the things that I don't want to do, right? Like, let me repeat that. They asked the question of, why do I find myself constantly doing the things that I don't want to do? And I feel as though these scriptures, they don't necessarily go hand in hand, but I definitely do feel as though there is a little bit of interconnectivity between these two verses in the Bible, right? So if we're looking at the verse out of Corinthians, it says, "Do not be deceived. Evil company corrupts good habits." So if you know that you are the type of person, I'm just gonna come up with something, right? You're the type of person, you wake up in the morning, you go to the gym in the morning, you eat healthy, you go to work, or you go do whatever you do. You come home, you eat a clean dinner. You're spending time just in your own personal space, or with your family, or whoever you're spending time with in the evening, and that is your routine. Those are your good habits. Those are your healthy habits, right? And let's just say you have a group of friends, or you have that one friend, and they're always constantly saying, "Man, you boring, bro. Like, you don't never want to get out the house," or they're constantly trying to persuade you to eat something unhealthy when they know that you're a habitual healthy eater, right? They know that you have good habits. They know that you go to the gym. They try to persuade you to skip days from the gym. And for whatever reason, they're just trying to persuade you and get you to do things that is going against what you know you should be doing. This verse gives you a clear depiction. It should convict you, and it should really begin to open up your eyes and get you to reflect on, okay, what kind of company do I keep around me? And I promise you, it's gonna be really easy to decipher and to really pinpoint who in your life is constantly trying to get you to depart from your good habits, just like it says in this verse, right? That is not a friend. That's not an associate. That's not anybody who you would even want in your space. Like, it sounds kind of minuscule. It sounds unimportant. It sounds like it's really not that big of a deal. But I'm telling you, the more you have that negativity, or you just have that thing or that person in your ear that's constantly trying to persuade you to do things outside of what you know you should be doing, it only takes one time for you to fall into something that you don't want to do. And it could cause a slew of repercussions that you would have never even had to deal with if you just didn't even have that person in your circle, that you didn't have that person in your ear. They were just nowhere near you. They had no type of influence over your life. Because regardless of how strong and how independent, we may feel as a people, we are influenced by external factors like around us. So let's just say you have a group of 5 friends, right? So in a collective, it's 6 of you guys. Let's say all 5 of them party, they drink, they go out, they smoke, they just do their thing. You go to the gym, you eat right, you just stay on a clean track, right? It's only gonna take that one time for the rest of them to persuade you to go out and do something that you really don't want to do, something that you don't really even like doing. And because that is that evil company, that is that bad company that is constantly throwing out there, hey, come with us. Hey, come with us. Bro, you're so boring. Bro, you're so lame. Why don't you ever get out the house? Why can't you come hang out with the bros? It's always gonna be that constant nagging to try to get you off of where you know you need to be, right? So in order to just eliminate all of that, it's a good practice to go ahead and begin to acknowledge those people that are in your life, that are in your circle. It's a good practice, and it's something that you should start to do like now, like from the moment that you're seeing this video. Like, you should really start to reflect on who is like that in my circle. And once you're able to identify who that person is or who those people are, I'm not telling you what to do, but I would just advise you to maybe try to separate yourself from them. Or if you're having a hard time doing that, seek God in prayer and ask Him to give you like divine strategy on how you can begin to separate yourself from that crowd or from that person or those people. And I promise you, He will make a way out for you. 1,000%. This next verse is coming out of Proverbs. We're going to be reading out of Proverbs 27 and 17. And that reads, as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. This is another very, very beautiful verse, in my opinion. I love it. And if you know me, or once you begin to learn about me, know who I am, once we begin to build an intimate relationship and friendship with one another through community, you guys are gonna begin to realize and understand that I am a huge advocate for challenging the people around me. So I don't care what it is. It can be sports. It can be anything educational. It can be something recreational. It can just be anything. But if I see a lot in you, I see a lot of potential in you, I just know that there's just something deeper in you that you're just not pulling out yet, bro, I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you. And I am the epitome of one person sharpens another. Bro, I am not gonna do a disservice to my friends and to my loved ones by allowing for them to be around me in mediocrity. I can't do it. I, I, I love you too much. I love you too much to let you be mediocre. I love you too much to let you be average. I love you too much to just let your life just kind of just go on aimlessly. I love you too much to let you think aimlessly. Bro, you have to think with purpose every day. That is not me, and that is not me saying that, you can't have fun or, you know, whatever the case may be. But that is just me saying, it's just like, bro, when you wake up in the morning, you should know what you are trying to accomplish for that day. It doesn't have to be anything major. It can be as simple as, okay, I know that my car is super filthy. Let me make time out of my day to go and wash my car, right? It's about being intentional, being deliberate with your actions, right? Intentional with your actions. And so for me, that is one of the many ways that I sharpen the people around me. That is one way that I challenge the people around me. Bro, my wife, I know she gets annoyed with me all the time because oftentimes she'll come to me with an idea, and it could just be like an idea that just came through her mind, and she'll talk about it. Like she might be like, Mario, I want to create like a pen company, or I want to start creating my own pens. And she thinks that I'm just gonna be like, oh, okay, cool, cool, do it, sure, whatever, right? No. If my wife comes to me and she tells me something like that, oh, bro, we're pulling out all the resources. I'm asking 1,000 questions, and I'm gonna really challenge her. I'm gonna really challenge her and dig deep in her brain. I'm gonna get her to dig deep in her mind, figure out where that idea came from, why she had the idea. Does she like the thoughts that she's having? Does she think that there's gonna be fruitfulness that comes from it? What is the purpose of why you want to do that? Like, what is driving you to want to do that? Is it money? Is it so that way you can help out the community? Is it so that way you can give back? Like what is it that is causing you to think that way, right? So for me, that is one way that I embody this Proverbs 27:17 verse, because I am always thinking of ways that I can challenge the people around me. I'm always thinking of ways that I can make you uncomfortable to make you grow, right? Not make you to help and to encourage you to grow in certain areas. Now, that is not me saying that I have all of the answers, but at the same time, I do have a whole lot of questions that I can ask. I have a whole lot of ways that I can challenge your mindset and really get you to like think about what it is that you want out of life, what it is that you want out of that current situation, that current season that you're in. And I think that's very important for you to have in friends around you, or people who you consider to be your friends. If they're not constantly challenging you, if they're not constantly giving you feedback, if they're not constantly like trying to get you to dig deeper in your mind, maybe you should start looking for friends who are doing that. Now, that's not to say that people who don't do that are not good friends. But at the same time, don't you want friends that are gonna push you to be great? Like, yeah, it's cool having friends that are just gonna be like supportive. Yeah, it's cool that's having friends that are just gonna be nice, that are gonna love you, that are gonna embrace you. All of that is beautiful. But at the same time, you can find somebody like that, but also still find somebody that will still push you to be great at the same time. Because think about it like this: somebody who really loves you wants to see the best out of you. And someone who challenges you wants to see the best out of you. Like think about when you've had that one teacher or that one coach, or just that one mentor or that one person in your life, and you just always thought they was hard on you for no reason. It was probably in your younger years, or maybe still even now in your adult years, or just in wherever you're at in life right now, right? You just constantly feel like they're picking on you. You just constantly feel like they just always got something to say to you. It just seems like they're just always on your back. Bro, you're going to come to a point of maturity and you're going to realize, bro, this person was pushing me so hard because they see something in me that I didn't even see in myself. This person is pushing me so hard. They're on my back so hard because they know that there's so much in me and they're just trying to squeeze it out of me. And you're going to begin to have a different perspective of y'all's relationship. You're going to begin to have a new profound revelation of what they were trying to do this entire time. And you're going to realize, oh my goodness, like this person really had my best interest in mind. And those are the type of friends that you should aim to have around you. And that is the type of friend that you should aim to be for your current friends and for your future friends. Have you ever gone through something with a friend and maybe you didn't do as well as you thought you were going to do, or maybe you did not meet the expectations for yourself that you thought that you were going to meet, and you had a friend that was there to maybe like pick up your slack, or maybe even vice versa. Let me think of a good example would be, like, let's just say we're playing a 2-on-2 basketball tournament, and let's just say the game is going to 50, right? Let's just say you are typically the one who plays really good defense, grabbing rebounds, you know what I'm saying? Like really making it hard for the other team to score, right? But for whatever reason that day, you just weren't well conditioned, and for whatever reason, you just kept getting scored on. Like people was just getting buckets on you, right? But let's just say your teammate picked up the slack and he was able to drop 40 points out of the 50 points that you guys needed, and he was able to overcompensate for what you guys needed in that moment to win that 2v2 basketball tournament. I think that's a good example of what this verse embodies, really, is just having somebody around or having somebody with you that can pick up where you're lacking, and vice versa, right? You being around somebody so that way when they're lacking, you can pick them up. You see what I'm saying? And the third verse that we're going to get into is going to be coming from Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verses 9 through 10. And it reads, "Two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. But pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them up." So let me break this down just a little bit. Verse 9 in a nutshell is pretty much just saying that two or more is better than one. So you and your friend Joe, you and your healthy friend Joe are better than just you alone. It's better than just Joe alone, because you guys have a good return for you guys' labor, right? So think about it like this. If your goal is to collect $100 a week, and your friend Joe's goal is to collect $100 a week, and doesn't it make sense for you guys to collaborate on the same goal in mind? Y'all have a common goal in mind. Doesn't it make sense for you guys to combine you guys' goals and still aim and shoot for the same thing? Because once you combine both of you guys' efforts and both of you guys' labor, both of you guys will reap the benefit of having the same and similar goals, therefore leading you guys to not only accomplish the $200 a week, but it gives you guys the opportunity and it sets you guys up to gain more than just the $200 a week. You see what I'm saying? So it's not just surface level, like, oh, let me just find somebody to work with. It's like, no, you want to find somebody who you can build with. You see what I'm saying? Like, you want a friend that you can build with. You don't have to go into business with them. You don't have to open up like something with them. It can just be as simple as, instead of me going on this road of entrepreneurship alone, let me inquire about building with someone else. Friendship is really a give and receive. You have to know and be able to receive help and receive blessings, but you also have to be able to give out help and give out blessings. And so a lot of times, a lot of people kind of get caught up on the nuances and the intricacies of what a friend really is. And although that is important, I think what is a little bit more important and what should be focused on a little bit more is, how can I impact my friends around me, and how do they positively impact me as well? And again, it's not a, oh, you give me $5, I give you $5. You help me pass my test, I help you pass your test. It's not even necessarily like that. And it's not even about keeping record of what you guys are doing for each other. It's just, it's really the mentality behind it of, okay, I know that if I'm down and out, I can rely on him or her. I know that if they should know that if they are down and out, they can depend on me. You see what I'm saying? And I think that's really what friendship truly looks like. In addition to other things like having somebody who challenges you to be great, somebody who doesn't just like let you just constantly like just live in mediocrity. Like, I don't think that's a good friend. I don't think that that is what we should be aiming to have around us, if that makes sense. Like, we should want somebody who is going to challenge us. We should want somebody who's going to push us. We should want somebody who's going to make us uncomfortable if it means that there's going to be growth on the other side of it, right? And I believe that these three verses, these 3 points, perfectly embody what we should be aiming to be as a friend and what we should be seeking in the friends that we're looking for. I hope this made sense. I hope this blessed y'all. It really blessed me. It really gives me a new and a different perspective on how I move, how I am as a person, how I am as a friend, and what I am looking for in my current friendships as well as my future friendships. In the Discord, we got weekly topics that we talk about. I try to get it out every Monday, but these last 2 weeks, I've been getting the topics out on Tuesdays. But I'm gonna drop the link to my Discord channel in the bio, in the comment section below. I really, really would love and appreciate it if you guys joined it. It's free. It's just an open community where we just talk about encouraging, uplifting each other, sharing our testimonies, putting each other on the free game. We have a lot of fun in there. We talk about a lot of different things, and I'm really hoping to see you guys come through. If you guys have any questions in regards to this topic, any other topic, any just general questions that you have, I would love to have a discussion with you. You can DM me on Instagram. I'll drop my socials. I'll link my socials to my YouTube as well. And I'm just really looking forward to hearing from you guys. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.